In chess, help isn't allowed. That's the beauty of the game. You're locked into a set of moves, as determined by your previous choices. Your options dramatically changing with every decision. There is no lifeline. There is no external force at play. It is a pure battle of two opponents, or in this case, one. Stalemate. Chess doesn't drive people mad. It keeps mad people sane.
He was going to stay at the top.
I'd like to keep taking on all the top players to really prove that I am the best player in the world today. So when they go home that night, they can't kid themselves that they're so hot.
However, between 1972 and 1975, when he had to defend his title, Fischer didn't play a single game in anger. And in 1974, the rows began.
Why do some people play such a foolish game? A game that only fools Russian. In chess, black can win in 2 moves. Despite white's initial moves, gives it a slight advantage, however, after the first 2 moves of white's colossal blunder. An unparalleled proportion of such epic fail. Thus, the infamous fool's mate. The quickest way to end a chess game, in a mere 2 moves by black, a half move to be exact. A move has 2 half moves. A half move is also called a ply. A ply in odd numbers such as 1, 3 and 5 are white's half move. Even numbered plies are half moves of black. The fool's mate ends in 4 plies. At ply 4, there are exactly 8 unique checkmates. At ply 5, 347 checkmates. There are over 9 million different possible positions. After 3 chess moves each, there are over 288 billion different possible positions after 4 moves. The number of a 40-move game is greater than the number of electrons in the observable universe. You don't need to know those outcomes. You just need to be able to see ahead of your opponent. But how can you and your other opponents? Stalemate. 3 in a row. The odds of that are impossible. At ply 10, or the first 5 moves in chess, there are an exact number of checkmates of 8,790,629,155. At ply 13, there are 346 trillion checkmate games in 10 moves, or ply 20, 169 octillion unique chess positions. The shortest stalemate was 42 plies long, and in that particular game, 11 billion games ended in a stalemate at ply 42 in a random chess game. Further extrapolation also gives the shortest possible stalemate, which is 19 plies long. It gives a good match to the shortest stalemate, composed by Sam Lloyd's White's 9th move. Stalemates, so what's the catch? Chess will bore you with detailed pieces of information that you already know. Will an abject curiosity remove the itch, knowing what happens at the end? We may never know if you just do nothing. What is a stalemate? The strict definition of stalemates in chess. A unique situation in chess where the player whose turn it is to move Its king is not in check and has no legal move. Stalemate is the ultimate zugzwang. It is rare in actual gameplay in chess tournaments. Chess is a zero-sum game, where the winner is determined by game results of gaining a score of 1. 1-0 is a win for white, 0-1 is a win for black, and half a point to both players for a draw. Stalemates are considered as draw and also awarded as half a score to both. Knowing the relevance of stalemate might save your game for years to come. In most endgame scenarios, and you are on the verge of losing, it is your stalemating skills that can turn your game result from 0 to half a score. Ending a game in chess. Some ends in a checkmate as a win. Either the opponent resigns or the time is up. It is worth knowing that more than half of all games ends in draws. Most types of draw, agreement by both players, followed by insufficient checkmating material, stalemate, threefold repetition, and a 50-move rule. Chess has never failed to impress its uniqueness. In the game of competitive sports, understand what a stalemate is, its incidents and occurrences, an aspect in chess that some players seem to forget. Statistics of stalemates. In a real, actual, or serious game, the board, 45% of most games end in a draw, and 55% as a win. In a 24,478,109 random games in a computer, 6.13% are stalemates, or 1,499,382. 15.31% are checkmates, and the rest ends in draws. In one study, 78,468 games of players with above 2,600 ELO rating. Game results end in draw by 53.14%. White wins at 28.85%, while black wins with 18%. Top 3 players with the high draw rates are Ding Liren at 80.0%, followed by Anish Giri and Wesley So. In 2018, 74% of games ended in with draws, both players having an ELO of 2,750 and above. Online chess platform, Lichess. Statistics in a 1-minute game. With 0 increments, resulted in a 0.81% or 553 ends in stalemate, 2.12% in draw, and 97.07% are decisive wins, or 66,547 the longest possible chess games is 8,848.5 moves long. Chess is a known psychological game. Aside from wits, it could stimulate the mentalist in you by simultaneously engaging in a multitasking, strategically calculated combination of a risky defensive maneuver, a bluffing swindle, an aggressive deterrence, and attacking in subtleties. Chess is an art of war. It challenges the brute force of chess engines, computer science, and artificial intelligence. The inception of tie-breaking methods chess tournaments are developed to calculate pairings, matching of players, and provide a valid statistical and sound final ranking of players at the end of the on-the-board tournaments, especially since there are a lot of draws compared to online chess games. In high-level chess tournaments with higher-rated players, a 40-year study assumed that the rate of draws will stay close to the current prediction of 50% of all games. The rules of chess are currently modified over time and were set by the International Chess Federation, known as FIDE. A draw happens mostly as an agreement by competing players. Questions will always arise about whether it is prearranged or a collusion between players to tournament outcome. Draw games can affect the ELO rating of both players. This means that the ELO rating system is self-correcting. The lower-rated player will gain a few points than the higher-rated player in the event of a draw. Double stalemate. Stalemate itself rarely happens in real life. While double stalemate is a distinctive, hypothetical impossibility, a work of fiction in a highly brilliant, artistic quality, stalemate themes are arduous and more difficult to create than motifs of checkmates. In composition of chess puzzles and problems or studies. Although currently double never happened in an actual game, still, it is created in chess to prove tactics and strategies. The future awaits for a double stalemate to happen. Stalemates in pop culture. Mr. Robot is a popular American drama thriller TV series that stars Rami Malek as Elliot Alderson, a computer hacker, and Christian Slater, a mysterious character nicknamed Mr. Robot. The show is a brilliant psychological thriller that has received plenty of accolades in its first-season run. Mr. Robot Season 2, Episode 4. Playing the scenario of 3 shortest stalemates of chess composition are Game 1 by Sam Lloyd, White's 10th move, stalemate. Game 2 is a version of Lloyd's game by Frederick Rhine. Game 3 by Enzo Minerva's Black's 18th move, double stalemate. The 4 shortest composed stalemates. Shortest stalemate game. Stalemate on 10th move by White. Created by Sam Lloyd. And published in Le Sphinx in 1866. Shortest stalemate game with no captures. Stalemate in the 12th move by Black, created by Charles Wheeler, and published in Sunny South in 1887. Shortest double stalemate game. Stalemate in the 18th move by Black. Composed by Enzo Minerva on August 14, 2007. First published in Luneta. Shortest double stalemate W fewest capture. Stalemate on the 24th move by White. Composed by Gustavus Reichhelm and published in Brentano's Chess Monthly in 1882. Shortest genuine stalemate in a serious game. Stalemate on the 27th move by Black. Played in Ravenna, Italy. Italian master
1982.
Mario Sibilio forced a stalemate on move 27 against Grandmaster Sergio Mariotti. Other shortest stalemate in a serious game. Ullmann vs. Hertneck, 1991, 80 moves. Monocrusis vs. Barcarola, 1999, 54 move. Stalemate and chess game. The game objective is to win by a checkmate to the opponent's king. Unless your opponent resigns or his time is up. Compare the following: check and double check. Checkmate or double checkmate, double mate. Checkmate, stalemate, force move, or zugzwang. Stalemate, double stalemate, and mutual zugzwang. Stalemate as a work of art. Stalemates are a common theme in a chess problem, known as synthetic games, where the task is to construct a game, starting from the normal array, to reach a position that meets a certain objective. By contrast, the move sequence must be unique in proof game problems, a modern offshoot of synthetic games, where the aim is to reach a specific position. Although such games are nonsensical from the point of view of chess strategy. Is stalemate a strategy or a tragedy? Reasons why stalemates happen are: the defending player used it as a defensive technique to avoid a loss. Unexpected outcomes due to time pressures. Few caused by blunders made by a player with the winning advantage. A swindle that succeeds only if the superior side is inattentive. In some situations, the superior side can force a stalemate, but not a checkmate. Incidents of stalemates in an actual game. Under promotion to avoid a stalemate. Boniface vs. Pugh, Bristol, 1995. Sokolsky vs. Ravinsky, Soviet Union, 1938. Avoiding a loss. Anand vs. Kramnik, 2007 WSC. Vishwanathan Anand and Vladimir Kramnik from 2007 World Chess Championship. Black's king captures the pawn at f5 square, stalemating white. Any other move by black loses. Ending the game or pissing the enemy. Viktor Korchnoi vs. Anatoly Karpov, 1978. Fifth game of World Chess Championship, or WSC. Considered as the longest game played in the World Chess Championship in 124 moves. Until 2021, Game 6 of WSC. Between Ian Nepomniachtchi and Magnus Carlsen. Nepo resigned on Carlsen's 136th move. The 136th move of a 135-year of WSC history. 7 hours 45 minutes, now the longest WSC game. Also notable, it is the only WSC game to end in stalemate before 2007 WSC. The same WSC between Anand vs. Kramnik. An intentional stalemate occurred on the 124th move of the fifth game of the 1978 WSC match. Held in Baguio City, Philippines, Korchnoi said that it gave him pleasure to stalemate Karpov and that it was slightly humiliating. A blunder. Bernstein vs. Smyslov, 1946.
Kasparov vs. Georgiev,
1988. 1988.
I don't think there's any hope because I don't believe that Georgiev is going to get his king into the corner. Whether or not he'll have enough time to mate. Stalemate.
No, really?
Oh my God.
No.
Unbelievable error by Garry Kasparov.
That's incredible. He's shaking his head in disbelief. How could he do?
Machilovic vs. Minev, 1956. A swindle. Evans vs. Reshevsky, 1963. Known as the swindle of the century. Troitsky vs. Vogt, 1896. The famous endgame study Alexei Troitsky pulled off an elegant swindle in an actual play. The greatest stalemate combination ever. Schroeder vs. Gull, 2013. Netsec, March 25, 2013. Top Chess Engine Championships in 2013. Gull had convincingly outplayed Schroeder with a very nice positional exchange, sacrifice, and it seemed to be well on its way to victory. In the diagram position, look, if you can see what it had and missed, what Schroeder had seen. Other notable stalemates and kinds of varieties of stalemates. Lucani vs. Smulyan, 1938. Nydorf vs. Kurtik, 1984. Holmes vs. Kanzler, 2002. Spassky vs. Kiers, Usser, 1961. Stern vs. Kushnitsky, Russia, 1952. The longest stalemate combination ever. Boyd vs. Torbjorn, 1992. Metaphors of stalemate. Stalemate and not draw are commonly used as a metaphor. Stalemates are sometimes called an impasse, a deadlock, or a Mexican standoff. A crystal-clear citation of Stalemate by Harry Golombek, a British chess grandmaster. He argued with another writer. The word stalemate has been taken into the English language to mean wrongly a temporary state of impasse. Golombek said, "There is a world of difference between no choice and a poor choice." Editorial writers often talk about a political stalemate when the analogy they probably have in mind is a political zugzwang. In a stalemate, a player has no legal moves, period. In zugzwang, he has nothing pleasant to do. Is stalemate a strategy or a tragedy? It is neither. It is both. The beauty of the ups and downs of life, as well as in chess. These are the reasons that add colors to the monochromatic game of chess or life. Perhaps the weakest, but most enjoyable, argument is that draws by stalemate are simply too attractive and surprising to omit them. Thank you. If you want me to make more of these videos on Facebook, support me by clicking the like and follow button below your screen if you have not done it yet. Please share the video to support me, and follow me on Facebook for more videos. And also please comment. I will always value your opinion to help me improve my next video. Thank you everyone. See you next time.